looked at the doc. I said, I'll see you in 3 months. He said, man, I can't let you out of here. I said, no, man, I'm not taking insulin. I'll see you in 3 months. Put me on metformin and glipizide, whatever. They were still kind of high, whatever. And I got into the gym. And I changed my eating. I changed my eating. I lost 35 pounds and 40 pounds, matter of fact. And so I was not going to be on the insulin. I was just going to be on the medication, the pills. And I said, okay, that's great. So I'm on that journey. Last year, I went to produce and create my play, The Destiny of Rose in Buffalo for a year. Kind of fell off the wagon. Not crazy, but just enough to I gained my weight back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, my fasting sugar in the morning would be about 150, 160. And it stayed pretty much like that. And they would say, well, that looks like that might be your mean. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I got to Atlanta and I was able now to get into a gym. I wasn't able to do that there. And I changed my diet and I cut out meat, cut out this or whatever. I lost 20 pounds. I gained and lost that back. I got off one of my meds. My fasting blood sugar is like at 82, 83. And I'm like, yo, this is where because I never been under 100 before. But I noticed that I totally changed my diet, whereas I don't even eat, it's like oatmeal, quinoa, vegetables, just real food, not a whole lot, plenty of water, and I'm changing again.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but see, I studied. I'm a professional trainer too, and a NASM graduate.
Nice.
And one of the things in the book when I was studying was the government says 75% of Americans are going to come down with a chronic disease such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer, whatever, because of poor diet and lack of exercise. Now, that's a big number, Chris.
It is.
75% of Americans. And then what is the first thing we got our children on? They're going to Starbucks. They're going to McDonald's. Now, look, I know the people talking about they'll probably send a hitman out because you talk about McDonald's. But the real deal is, when I was growing up, my friends didn't have diabetes as these kids do. When I was growing up, my friends weren't autistic like these kids are today, obese and so forth like that. What you eat surely becomes you. So for me, I have like this 90-day program that I put people on. I guarantee you lose 30 pounds. It's not brain surgery. It's certain things that you do.
Right.
And I'll do it over the phone. But it's what you eat and move. You know what I'm saying? I eat to live. I don't eat I eat to live. And once you change your mind, you change your world. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't have no interest to pick up a Coke. I have no interest to get them orange slices. I used to like them orange slices with the sugar on it. Remember those? Oh, God. Or that Snicker bar. I don't. But it will hurt me. So I don't do it. I want to live. I want to keep dreaming. And I tell people this. What good is a dream when you finally achieve it? You too sick to enjoy it.
Very true.
That's deep.
It is.
That's deep. You finally reach the mountaintop and then you fall off the mountaintop because your heart fell out. You know what I'm saying? Or your legs give up. My sugar too high. I can't see.
Right?
It's crazy how we think. So when I do my talks or when I speak at certain events, I just try to keep it real. Look, man, love, your health is everything. Your mother used to always tell you that, and it's true. And it's what you eat, and it's that you move. Even if it's just 30 minutes to get out and just walk 30 minutes a day will do wonders for you. My mother's 87 years old. Before I got to Atlanta, she was on a cane. And I was like, no, Mama, come on. Then we're going to get out in the street. We'll just walk up to the park pole, back down. She could barely do it. Let's go back to the pole again. She do it again. She ain't on the cane no more.
See?
And she can walk a lot further when she goes to the Walmart. She's not on that. Fact of the matter is, no matter how old you are, if you don't move it, you will lose it. Your muscles become atrophied and your bones become brittle. The stronger you make your muscles, the stronger your bones are. It just makes sense. But we're not told this. We're not taught this. Mm-hmm. We're taught, keep eating that. Go on, boy, eat that hog. You know what I'm saying? Fry it up. Fry that thing, boy. You don't know. Boy, you don't know about that fry. But at the end of the day, your arteries are clogged, or you can't walk in the part of your life when you need to walk. See, when I look at my parents now, I say, whoa, you look at your parents and they're older than you. You better be looking at yourself. You better be looking at yourself. And how do you want to be? How do you want to be when you get there? You want to be in pain all the time? You want to be this all the time? You can stop that now by investing in yourself and your body and your mind. You're thinking right now.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, Chris, look, I have 3 copies, and you were so nice. Thank you for autographing the 3 books.
Absolutely.
I have 3 books. Later on in the show, I'm going to tell the listeners how they can possibly get one of those 3 copies. But let the listeners know about how they can, if they're not one of the 3, how can they get your books? Do you have any upcoming speaking appearances? Let us know what's going on with you.
Okay, well, first of all, if you want my book, I keep it simple. Go to DreamSoBig, DreamSoBig 2020 at gmail.com. DreamSoBig 2020 at gmail and say, hey, Christopher, I want a book. At that time, I've got your email. I will then send you, through PayPal, an invoice or whatever you pay, and you'll get it in 3 days. You got it pretty quick, didn't you?
I did, real quick.
That's right. And I sign and personally message each book. It's not a situation where it's a stamp or nothing, because I want you to feel that I meant this book for you. And so what I'm feeling when I'm writing at the time, all my messages are different. So I think that's special.
It's very special.
I produce a musical called The Destiny of Rose. You can go on my website there at thedestinyofrose.com. I'm going to be reproducing it here in Atlanta to benefit the homeless, the veterans and the homeless here. I'm also going to be doing a thing called the Slow Jam, where I take couples and have a space for them. Because you remember when you fell in love on the dance floor on the slow jam? Remember that?
Yeah.
See, they don't have that now. They don't have that now. They all just stand up against them and twerking and whatever. Right. But couples don't have a place to go, so I'm putting that together now, which is a beautiful thing. And when we get it all together, I'll shoot you out a flyer by to let you know what's going on. I'm always speaking at different colleges and stuff like that, but with these 2 projects that I'm working on right now, I'm pretty tight as far as the schedule is concerned. But that's it. Remember, just go to my website, thedestinyofrose.com, read about that. It was a good thing that was done. Again, that was done through the principles of my book. We gave myself a year to create something, and that came to be. And look at all the reviews and what it was about and how it was done. For the book, the email, dreamsobig2020 at gmail.com. Call that, talk to me. And my Facebook, Christopher B. Pearman /Facebook.com. And, let's talk.
Okay.
I'm here to help. I'm here to serve.
Well, Chris, you've already shared some great nuggets of wisdom with the listeners today. At Squat Wisely, every person who comes on, they close out the interview with a wise quote, either from yourself or someone you respect. You've already shared some great nuggets already, but leave us with a wise quote for us to reflect on and live on.
What you think about, you become. And although it's as simple as that, but it's still complex. Let me just give you an example so you understand. What does a crack addict think about all the time?
Crack.
What does a rich man think about all the time?
Money.
What does a poor person think about all the time? Lack of money. I ain't got no money. Change your thoughts, change your world. You become about what you think about. That is so real. So if you're not happy where your life is, change the way you see it. Think about something else.
Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, though. This is awesome.
Yes, you were awesome.
This is a great interview. I loved it. I hope I was able to share something that is helpful to one. If it's just one person, Chris, just one, that's gotten something from it that inspired them to become even greater than who they are, I've done my job.
Yes, you did.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I thank you. Guys, stay tuned. I'll be right back after this message.
Jordas A1 Solutions has a fitness solution just for you. For your personal training needs, we serve clients who reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and nearby cities. We also help clients to achieve their goals online as well. To inquire, visit Jordas.com. Jordas is Jortis.
It was so nice chatting with Chris. I hope you guys enjoy listening to our discussion. To get a copy of Chris's book, you have to be one of the first 3 people to go over to the Squat Wisely Facebook page. And you have to say in a post that I want Christopher B. Pearman's book. So that'll be your post on the Squat Wisely Facebook page. Make sure you like the page first and then leave your comment. We're trying to grow our community, especially our community through Facebook. So it'll be very great to know the listeners and who you are, and try to be one of the first 3 to post right away that you want Christopher's book. You have to be comfortable with leaving me your name and address. Of course, you won't do that publicly on Facebook. So I'll be checking the post. I'll see the date and time stamp of the post. So I'll know who the first 3 people are. And when I message you through Facebook, you'll have to be comfortable with giving me your name and address so I can send you a copy of the book. To subscribe to the Squat Wisely podcast, if you are an Apple user, just go over to iTunes and search Squat Wisely. You can subscribe there. If you are an Android user, go over to Stitcher and search Squat Wisely, and you can subscribe there. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Of course, I'll be back next time to do this all over again.
You've been listening to the Squat Wisely podcast. Professor Kristen Hester is a philosophy professor, fitness professional, and motivational speaker. For well over a decade, she's led philosophy courses within the university system of Georgia. Kristen leads group fitness classes in Atlanta, as well as leading one-on-one personal training sessions. She strengthens the body as well as the mind. We'll see you next time on the Squat Wisely podcast with Professor Kristen Hester.